So you guys have any questions? You want to talk about Genesis? Do you want to talk about Genesis? I tried to do a stream where we talked about Genesis and no one showed up to the chat. So it's just like me and Cody, BDR, and Chard playing teams. That's all it was. And that's fine. I'm more upset about taking second in teams than I am about taking third in singles. I wanted to win both, but teams, I felt like we just got lost in grand finals.
Yeah, how was Genesis? What was,
I mean, the worst thing about it is there's this real cool girl that was going to come, and then she had to cancel. That was a bummer.
Apparently, Cameron told them earlier that I asked you to make that your tag. And I was like, no, I got to clear the air here. Like,
that was of my...
I did not ask.
Yeah, that was of my intent. I'm like, okay, if Jay can't be there physically, then I'll put her there in spirit. Her name will be there.
It's very sweet.
And I'm going to rub it in again that I outplaced, like, all of Vegas except for Kyle. Yet again.
Just so you know,
yet again.
Jade Tag is the lucky charm. So if you want to get good, just use my name. Then you're golden.
There you go. Oh, wow, what a tech.
Nice. Yeah.
Overall, and actually I did tell you over Messenger that the snoring was just the worst part.
Yeah.
Like, I got so little sleep that weekend because the snoring was so bad. Day 2, I had NyQuil. That was beautiful. NyQuil just took care of it for me, and I fell asleep anyway, which is nice because I was like, you know, I had to play only good players that day.
Yeah.
I still double lost, but me and Reno had a great set. But I barely outplaced you.
That would be funnier if you were there. But you weren't.
But you weren't, JPEG. You would have gotten a better seed than me. And hopefully you wouldn't have busted out like Psycho did. Psycho was hard to watch, man. That was the thing I was most upset about. I never have homies when I... Actually, Psycho supported me at EVO. Him and Fernando are the only people that watch me 2-0 Sam. That's it. This is lost to oblivion.
I always try to support people. Whenever I go, I always try to like go to as many of the Vegas homies as I can.
And I don't know who else was playing at the same time as me on day 1, but it wasn't a lot of people. It was like me and Gibbles, and like that was it.
And nobody was there.
No one was there. Barely any people watched Gibbles. Gibbles got stream time so that he get chain grabbed all night.
Well, I would have. Well, if I were there, I would have been doing a lot of volunteer stuff, but I would have had a lot of free time.
You would have tried.
Yeah.
They don't try, man. And I watched Psycho play, and it's just the most depressing shit. Because I love when Psycho's playing good. I was the first and biggest Psycho fanboy. If anyone, and I don't know if Psycho would admit it, but I was the biggest Psycho fanboy when he started.
Aww.
And now he doesn't show up, and he doesn't team with me, and he doesn't try, and he loses to the Samus that Mason trashed at EVO. It's not even like the Samus was like playing good. That was the upsetting thing. It's like, okay, Psycho. It wasn't like, oh, it's like outplaying him or anything, but it's just like I watched Psycho stand in front of the Samus, and the Samus spot dodged 4 times in a row and didn't get punished. Psycho could have just grabbed or done anything, any chic move. He could have chosen any chic move. He could have opened up the strategy guide and pointed at one at random within the time he was giving of this guy's spot dodging.
Yeah.
But instead he did nothing, and then he got like down smashed. Psycho, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, that's not a good matchup for Samus. Nando, admittedly, has a really hard time with that.
Yeah, I can see how Sheik is really frustrating. And then in teams, he was getting kind of beat up by the Stockholm Samus as well. The Stockholm Samus and the Stockholm Ice Climbers.
And I remember, when we first started going to PSG, he was at like every tournament. And
yeah,
now
he was
I rarely
active.
see him anymore. That's kind of a bummer. Why doesn't he come to anything anymore? He just doesn't want to?
Overwatch, man.
Oh, really?
That's a big part of it.
I would not have pegged him for an Overwatch player, to be honest.
Yeah, especially because he never played League with us either. Like I kept trying to get him in the League too.
Oh, okay.
And Overwatch is like the new generation League. It's not the same type of game, but it's the same concept of a big team playing online. It's like the big game, the big online game, you know. But yeah. Anyway, he's been doing that a lot, and he said he had stopped before Genesis, and then he started up like right before Genesis. He started playing again. I remember he was in like Discord chat before Genesis talking about being on Overwatch. Like, Psycho, no. At least wait until after.
Yeah. That's rough. Bacon, you make me so mad. He never, I don't know why, I tried to tell him this when we were playing at his house the other day, but like, he never edge guards like the bread and butter Armada way with Peach. Like he never down airs. He never down airs at the edge and like neutral airs them away.
For what it's worth, Bacon isn't a Peach main, so like.
I know, but I tried it. That was the whole thing. I was like trying to give
nice up air.
him, advice and like, hey, you should try to implement this. And he just doesn't do it.
Oh, he had a free down smash. He had a free anything right there. Oh my god, I knew he was going to get hit by it. I'm like, he's going to float right into it. It's just going to happen.
That's my life when I play against Marth. I'm like, I already know I'm going to get hit by this, but it's too late now. I'm committed.
Pretty much.
There's nothing else I can do at this point. And a lot of people, they're like only using, I noticed Cody does that a lot too. He just like mostly uses the back air to edge guard.
Oh, he fast fell to do that.
Nobody uses. It's so fun. It's like very satisfying to use that combo. Down air to neutral air, man. It's good.
But I mean, you can wiggle out of it. If
I
you
know there are ways.
Yeah,
you
if
can,
you
like,
saw me against Cody,
away.
he didn't get a kill on me by doing it like ever. But he actually did something super clever. He saw that I was DIing it every time. So in between one of the rotations, he pulled a turnip and then set up another down air. DI'd it right, but then the turnip was on top of me because he dropped the turnip as soon as he did it.
Yeah.
And that was actually amazing. Like, if I didn't want to whoop his ass so bad, I would have given him props like right there. But like I was more concerned with just like knocking him out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Now that it's all done, that was like super sick though, Cody. That was a brilliant turnip pull.
Yeah, that's really smart. Well, I think that's why Adam stopped using it so much was because people started learning, especially like with Spaceys, to just
he'll get away with it like once or twice in a set, but yeah, it definitely is not like that. You have to do it once, and if they show you the DI out, you switch what you're doing like right away and hit them with the back air.
Yeah, you just mix it up. Like you don't have to commit to one all the time. That's the hard part though, especially if you're practicing things. Like you end up
Armada's
getting
so
stuck
amazing
in
at
the
it. He's like,
pattern.
okay, this is the position they will be in. Here's how I react.
Yeah.
And he's just so good at doing that.
I hate watching him play. I'm like, I'll never be that good. It makes me so sad.
Especially when you watch like the grand finals, where it's like Mango goes on a rampage against like all the other best players in the world.
Yeah.
And then Armada 3-0s him. Though
Man,
I blame partially on like double Yoshi's Mango. What the fuck? Where was your Dreamland pick? Where was your Pokemon Stadium pick?
Yeah.
Double Yoshi's? What the fuck?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why he went back there. I remember having that thought when I was watching it. Oh my god, don't make that joke. That was such a horrible experience. I was more frustrated when that happened when he won than Cameron was.
Yeah, I think everyone was more
so
frustrated
angry.
except for the. I feel the worst for Kevin, who put a significant amount of money on
Did he
it.
really?
He put 50.
Holy crap,
Yeah.
Kevin.
I sold Kevin to say something rude to Cameron on Facebook once a day for 50 days.
Oh man.
And then like, see, Dennis doesn't even like fix the problem after. Like, then he dips and then admits that he would have dodged Gibbles. Cameron was a sick man and he didn't dodge you. And then you talk about that you would have dodged Gibbles.
I know.
That's why you're punk bitch, Frija. That's why we call you punk bitch. Because you say punk bitch and do punk bitch things, man. Pharaoh versus Frija would probably be interesting. I don't know who would win that, honestly. I think Frog versus Frija could have been good, too. Oh, wow, what a meteor cancel. See you later, guys.
Beautiful. I always want to, every time I hear that in my mind, it's this game is hilarious. So I always say
This game's
that.
hilarious.
Oh, because when he says like this game's winner is, in my mind I always hear this game's hilarious.
Oh, so you've got like this audio cue stuck in your head
Yeah.
that you hear something else?
That's the way I always say it.
There's stuff like that oh, man, I'm trying to think of some of the things like. There's definitely audio clips in this game where like I always thought they said something, and even though I found out it's something else, I refuse. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah. There's another one too. It's in the character screen. I can't remember what it is right now. But if I heard it, I'd be able to tell you. But it's like completely off base of what it actually is. But I'm like, I don't care. It's funnier this way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it like that.
Have you ever had a song where a certain lyric means a lot to you, and like because you hear it one way, and you find out that's not what they're actually saying? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking.
And you're like so sure, and someone's like,
Yeah.
no, dude, I'm telling you.
And you look up the lyrics and
Yeah.
everyone's saying like, oh man.
And you're just like, oh,
That meant so much to
geez.
me. I thought I had this connection with the songwriter, and then like, oh no, I guess I guess that's not even what they were saying.
Wait, what happened there? Who did this?
Oh, I don't know who had a BDR.
Oh
I saw
my
PSG
God.
there. I don't know when BDR just showed
These
up.
people. Looks terrible. Why you guys gotta ruin my handiwork? Why is someone? Why? Oh my God, that guy. He
Is that
screamed
for
like that
Smash 4?
multiple
Yeah,
times.
it's gotta be Smash 4,
It
right?
is. I just, you know what? I'm gonna learn Falcon. Since I know I'm never gonna be good at this game, I'm just gonna learn Falcon.
That's putting a lot on yourself to play Falcon, though, man. Like, you get beat up so bad.
I know.
Like, Peach gets hit hard, but at least she gets away. Like when she gets hit hard.
Yeah.
Falcon doesn't get to get away. He just keeps getting hit.
That's true. But then you get like a really good knee, and then it just makes
He's got the
everything
most
better, you know?
satisfaction in victory and the worst like feeling in defeat.
And like the very rare occurrences
Oh, you're
where you
dead,
can
Peach.
land a Falcon punch. It's just nothing better. I hate Peach. I play her, but I hate her.
For what it's worth, I think Fiji is better than he was probably when he played Urkel, but still, nonetheless, I mean, that was just an ugly match. It was hard to watch. Me and Butters just slipped further and further into depression as we were commentating. I could have at least been entertaining, man.
Good night, Bubbles.
Thanks for tuning in,
Yeah,
man.
thanks for watching.
I wonder if they're actually trying to hit each other. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Mason showing he still has Falcon tech. Oh, and no, Peach is dead. And he made the right call of not a being. A being will save Falcon. Is Bacon having a stroke?
Maybe. Yeah, no, humans can't improve. I'm with you. We just stay the same.
If you look at the situation in the United States now, no, we're done. We're done getting any better. That stopped.
Oh, man. Good stuff, USA.
So for all of you kids who like had a bright future ahead of you, I'm sorry.
You can go ahead and kiss that dream goodbye.
I was lucky. I stopped caring about that a long time ago.
Right.
I got out. I got out.
While I still could.
Oh,
Ooh, there we go. See, that's one of those satisfactory
satisfying
knees. You're just like,
I think if I was to change character or like play another character in tournament that wasn't Fox, I like Sheik a lot now. I like playing Sheik a lot.
You know,
I can't do the fancy things, but
there was a time where I was trying to pick up Sheik because I had this thing going where I was like, I'm gonna play only female characters. Because feminism or something. And Peach was the only character I'd ever really played, and then I started learning Sheik stuff, and then I stopped playing. Because that's when I started working all the time, so I didn't have time.
Right.
And then recently I've been playing a little bit of Samus, but it's like...
Samus is even worse than Falcon. And Samus is awkward. Samus is one of the most awkward to play characters in the game.
I agree. It's just, and it's so weird when you go from playing, because in my opinion, Peach is like one of the most, I don't know, I don't want to say diverse, but like the things she can do because she can float makes her so interesting and fun to play, and you can't, I don't know, it's hard to go like from her when you haven't known anything else to try and
especially like Sheik.
Yeah.
Sheik only has so many options in the air.
But Peach, she's so fun.
This is so bad though. He's over
Coming
there.
from the person who, he's
Hey, who
giving
beat
us
you in
the-
losers?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sabu, right?
Not.
Yeah, no, he lost to Sabu.
Man, you can't lose to Sabu.
I was pretty disappointed in
I'm
him,
not.
actually.
Man.
In your defense, you
Man.
haven't played in a while. Maybe you should start caring, Nando.
New crew imperative.
If you had a good
If you lose to
roommate-
Sabu, you're out. From here on out. That's your
Bye.
warning. That was your warning. That's your yellow card.
Seamus got the hold downs of tilt stage
What?
direction moves. SSS is pretty fun.
Yeah, I'd like to go to something. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to get a job, but for the time that I just don't have one, I'd like to go to things.
I just don't like the driving out there.
In one day.
Yeah, I don't like the day trip thing.
Me neither.
And it's usually when you carpool, if you don't have enough people. It's usually RCA, actually. He always wants to just do the day trip, and I'm like, man.
He really likes to drive, too. Like.
So do I, but I've driven out to California a lot recently, and I'm like, ah. Oh my god, the PSG classic. I mean, that's pretty big, though. I've been to
a lot of names there, so.
Evo is probably the biggest tournament I've been to. And I've been to Apex. Apex sucked.
Oh, that was the disaster one. Was that the disaster one?
Yeah, that was the one I went, like, the fucking venue collapsed.
Where the venue actually literally had a disaster?
It was ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Pretty awesome. Good times. And it was freezing cold. I don't know whose idea it was to plan a tournament series on the East Coast in January, but they were out of their minds.
For what it's worth, Evo in the summer in Las Vegas probably wasn't a great idea either.
I agree. I think they should have swapped it.
Last year was rough. Actually, every Evo prior to last year for Smash Brothers, we've had great weather, so no one really knew.
Yeah.
It has been like overcast for whatever reason. It was like the one weekend where Vegas wasn't like a volcano. And then last year it was actually hot, so like everyone's asking like, how do you survive? Like, oh, you weren't asking this last year. It was pretty last year.
It was really, I hate it. Man, it's so hot here. And it's weird, like I don't know, I was born here, you just don't get used to it, you know?
Temperature doesn't really bother me that much. I don't get bothered too much by heat. I don't get bothered too much by cold either. That's just like a thing with me, is like temperature's never really been.
So you're lucky.
It's one of like one of the lucky things in the Filipino genetics. My hairline sucks. I have my dad's stomach, which sucks.
Thanks, Dad.
But also thanks, Dad, for the hairline. Yeah, but temperature doesn't really bother me. Humidity drives me crazy. Just because I'm not super accustomed to it. But.
I don't know if I have an issue with humidity, but I get heat sickness really easily. So it's not even really a dehydration thing. I don't know, I start to feel really sick and nauseous, and I get shaky. And it's only when I just get overheated. It's weird. My body sucks.
Girls have it way harder, man. Your bodies don't care about you.
No, seriously.
Girl bodies beat the hell out of girls.
Yeah. What planet did you really come from, Justin? Let's be honest.
I mean, I imagine if I get hit by lightning, it'll probably hurt. But like, if I survive, I think it'd be pretty cool too. So.
I mean, who knows? I watched Moonrise Kingdom today, and a kid gets struck by lightning, and he survives.
That's such a bizarre movie.
It's pretty weird.
I didn't know going into it because it was like so acclaimed and everything. So I just thought it was like your standard drama. That's such a bizarre movie.
Any Wes Anderson movie, they're all like that, but I love them.
Yeah, it's so still good, and it's still like a great story.
It's the cinematography I love, and then all of the colors. Like whoever does the set design and the costume design, I know that's coming from him as like the director, the producer, and the writer. He's the one that's like, I want this sort of palette, whatever.
Right, but whoever actually builds it does a great job.
Everything's so good and it's structured beautifully, and it's very theatrical. Like I love it because it reminds me. It's almost like watching a play with the way that they have the movement and everything, and I love theater because I act and stuff. So.
The Scream is actually not BDR. It's a Smash 4 player.
Smash 4,
it's a Smash 4 player. They're running why everything's at like 0.09 or 0.9, and it's making them crazy.
Did you see when D1 changed his Twitter name to D0.9?
That's actually amazing.
So good.
That's really good.
I was like, you clever little man.
That's really good.
I miss him so much. Man, I'm still so bummed about Genesis.
I'm sorry. I would have done anything for you.
There's nothing
I would have done
anything
for you to get you there.
But would you have killed? Yeah, exactly. Probably not. All right, I won't tell you guys what he said.
Just name. Just give me names.
Yeah.
Just give me a list. Unless it was Admiral. It wasn't Admiral, was it?
It was not Admiral.
Okay.
No, yeah.
You don't have to go into detail
No,
on
I
a public
won't.
forum.
I'm not going to. People are dumb.
Oh.
Get him! Oh, I love forward air. I love every aerial with Peach, actually.
They're all either good or cool enough that it makes them worth it.
Yeah, I love up air.
Up air, yeah, up air is super
absolutely
sick.
love her up air.
It's just like Armada's like the only Peach that uses it right.
I
that can pull it
know!
off.
I tell Cody all the time. I always try to tell him to up air more.
I mean, for what it's worth, like even like
all the time,
MacD
but-
can't really make an up air work very well. And MacD has sick combos. He just can't, like, not like Armada. Armada's just
Yeah, but I feel like he
genius.
really only started getting like really good, like as good as he is within the last couple of years. He stopped like down smashing as much because he was such a down smash heavy player.
yeah.
And he finally like concentrated more on movement, and that's when he really started to get better, in my opinion. I mean, he was never bad, but
Yeah, I remember playing. I played him at a Kings of Cali actually, and our set was actually good. I think it was like game 4, and every game was close. And now, like, he gets such good results now.
yeah.
Him and Drugfox did great in teams. Drugfox, I have a newfound respect for him as a teams player. I never really cared about him in teams, but playing against him in teams, he's so good at target switching and like making opportunities on players that aren't ready.
Yeah.
I was like super impressed. Like me and Psycho got to play friendlies with them before our teams bracket.
Oh, okay.
Like MacD had called out, "Does anyone want to play teams?" And like me and Psycho were on separate setups, and like got up. I'm like, "Sorry, brother, I gotta do this." And I grabbed Psycho by the hood, like, "Andrew, come
We
on,
gotta
come
go."
play with me, Andrew."
I did not. That's the one thing I need to go back and watch. Teams play. That's the one thing I didn't watch anything of from Genesis. But I
You
need
didn't even
to.
see Sunday, huh?
I know I did.
Oh, you saw Sunday.
Oh,
Okay.
I watched the last 3 matches. I
Are
believe.
you close at all with Android or no? What's his real name?
Andreas.
Andreas.
I mean, I love him to death. He's a really, really great kid. I don't know that
You
I
don't
would
know
say
Mello,
like we're close. I mean, I could talk to him and he'll respond
Right.
to me, and I've met his entire family.
Android's tight. Android did
he's so
great in teams.
sweet. I'll never forget the first time I ever saw him play when he came to Evo, and I was just like, nobody does these things with Sheik, and I just wanted him to do so good, and he's gotten a lot better.
I was one losers bracket game away from playing him.
Oh, I would have loved to see that.
And the guy that beat me just got destroyed by him too. I was kind of disappointed. I was disappointed that I lost to the guy that beat me, but it was a good set. I didn't feel like I was playing bad, and he's a Captain Falcon player, and he just managed to get the kills.
Yeah. It is hard, Cody.
Yeah.
I agree. It is hard.
I'm not blaming you for
but
not being able to do up air combos.
like
Super
that.
sick, Cody.
He could have done a combo from an up air if he had chosen up air instead of the. I mean, it's like forward air is a good option because it's very powerful, but at the same time you can't really do anything off of it. Like he just hit him off stage and then he couldn't capitalize on it. But like he could have gotten a nice combo.
Yeah.
It just takes practice. It's just practice it.
But when you're not maining a character, sometimes it depends on like how much Bacon cares about like winning right now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like
you probably
keeping
do.
the simple stuff like simple and not like overextending your capabilities when you're trying to win is sometimes more useful than going like nutballs.
Yeah. Yeah, so low-key, you could say that I know a lot of top players. But his family is not one that I would boast about knowing anymore.
See, who's my coolest Twitter follower? I know Hugs, Phil, and SFAT, I think all follow me. Those are probably my coolest Twitter followers. Jade probably has like literally the Melee Dami top 100 following her Twitter.
No, I don't. But
You're
I
not super
will say
active on Twitter.
One of the highlights of my Smash life was when Scar friend requested me.
Oh yeah, you gotta love
and
that.
I was like, oh my god! I was so
love
happy.
that.
I was like, heck yeah. And I would have loved to have seen him at Genesis, but I
got to see him when he
No.
first like came into the venue with his looking like a dad, looking with the
I
facial
know,
hair.
he
I was
looks so weird
actually
now.
so upset that he shaved for Sunday. because I was like, you're looking like a dad. Congratulations, super sick. I'm glad to see you back. I love Scar, man. Like, I used to not like Scar because I used to know Scar because of the Mango set, the Mango Mewtwo King. Like, she's so broken, you know, that Scar. But like, I feel like me and Scar actually have like a lot in common because we both have our moments where we're just like really annoying and whiny. But like sometimes this is how much I care about like commentary and how much I care about quality. Is when I'll watch a set, I'll like commentate to myself, like from watching Twitch. Like so I'll like commentate myself. And actually, me and Scar actually say the same exact things at the same exact time a lot. It's really bizarre. So I don't know if that would make us good at commentating together or like terrible, because it would just be like the same guy twice.
Like, looking at each other constantly, like, oh, we need to stop doing that. Cameron does it a lot when he'll like we'll be watching something and we'll be streaming, and then he'll say something, and then within seconds the person commentating says it. And I'm like, dude, why don't you just try to do this like full time?
I miss commentary, Cameron.
Me too. Now he just doesn't do anything because he's working and schooling all the time.
Yeah.
But I think that was the best moment.
We need more players that suck as much as Cameron, that are as good at commentary as Cameron. That's what we need.
Who's my coolest follower? I mean, I got Hugo. Mango used to follow me, but he's not allowed to anymore.
He's not allowed to, huh?
Yeah. Man, I miss him too.
Oh, good job, Mario.
I don't know.
Actually, you know what? Carl Sweatshirt follows me on Twitter, and Carl Sweatshirt has an amazing Twitter. So that's my coolest follower. I take back all the top players.
There we go.
Carl Sweatshirt has a sick Twitter. If you don't follow him, go do so. I forget exactly what it is, but if you start searching it on Twitter, it'll probably auto-fill in.
I
think it's Carl_5 Wetshirt.
Did he just follow me on Twitter?
His Twitter's amazing.
Yeah, he did. He's his name's Mayor of Splitsville.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I guess I should follow him back. I'm not on Twitter that often. So.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Let's see. Follow.
I should probably have 2 Twitters, but I don't. Because I follow some very different communities and scenes. But I'm too lazy to actually worry about it. Oh, wow. Oh, Mario, you're almost cool.
I have a former 13 years veteran NHL player following me.
Really?
For some reason. I don't know how that happened, but cool. I guess. Now I'm like really curious. Ooh, a menstrual cup company follows me. That makes me happy.
Now that I have an audience, I'm gonna tell my PewFat story.
Ooh,
because
for it.
I'm super happy about that. I posted it on Facebook, but I'm gonna tell it like a story because I want to talk about it. It's my favorite moment of Genesis 4. Maybe even more so than Mango versus Leffen, just because it was a personal moment. So basically, teams was going on. I got eliminated from all my brackets, and like, you know, I was kind of bummed I was out of the tournament. I'm like, oh shoot, I was 1 game away from playing Android, and I was feeling fresh against Sheiks, man. I was feeling so good against Sheik that weekend. So I like, okay, well, whatever. I went out to the stands, like right in front of the stage, and sat like maybe 3 rows down, just kind of chilling, watching teams, because teams is on. I love teams, so I was watching teams. I was like really excited. My friend from Southern Utah, his name's Cody. I actually don't know what his tag is. His name's Cody. He housed at my place the day before Genesis because they drove from Utah to Vegas to San Jose. So, you know, they had to drive ahead of them, so I had cut 2 hours out of their drive by letting them house in between. So I just met him like 2 days prior, but he's a cool guy. He's a Fox player. He's, you know, learning how to play, and he cares about getting good. So I'm like, I like people like this guy. So he showed up. He's like, oh, what's up? We sat together. We were just talking about teams. It was really fun because, like, you know, in the main venue you don't hear the commentary because the players can't hear it, or you don't want the players to hear it. So we're watching the game and we just have game sound. So during the time I'm like, I'm talking to him, like talking about like why certain teams things are great, and he's like really interested in learning and like actively listening as I'm like talking to him about teams, and I'm having a great time actually just doing that, and watching great teams play. And it gets up to winners quarters or something like that, or winners semis, I guess. And PewFat had just beaten Shroomed Allen in like winners quarters. Shroomed Allen also did great. So they were playing more warm-ups with Shroomed and Allen. on the warm-up stations, which was next to the stage, there's like 2 TVs for like the players that were getting ready to stream to warm up and make sure they're ready to play. But PewFat was playing Shroom and Alan, but then Shroom had to go probably to the bathroom because that's his thing. He always like disappears to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, like BDR. But yeah, Shroom's always big about disappearing to the bathroom. So Shroom left. So Alan was there playing PewFat, and they're like, this is stupid. Like doing 2 versus 1. We want to actually get some games in. So I get SFAT. It's lucky for me that it was SFAT too, because I'm the closest with him.
Okay.
I've been close with him since he was like 16. But he goes over to like the barricades, looks out into the crowd, and I happen to be sitting close to the front. So he sees me, and I like give him the nod, and he gives me the wave over, and I'm like, oh shit, what? I'm like, what's up? Like, you want to warm up? I'm like, warm up in teams with my favorite team? Do I want to do that? I'm like, Cody, I gotta go. I gotta go do something. So I get up. I'm like, and he's like, I understand. So I grab my controller. I get to play with Alan. We play we play a bunch of games. We play like 6 or 7 games. PPU went Samus quite a bit, and then switched to Marth near the end of it. But it was fun. And Alan's a great teammate, and he didn't play like I was just a random scrub. He played like he wanted to help me play teams, and I was playing like I felt like I proved that I'm not a shit teammate too. So I mean, we lost like every game, but they're all good games.
Yeah.
And then Alan had to go because Shroom and Alan had a tournament set. So then Alan, had to go play. I wished him luck. And then I'm like, well, what do you guys want to do? And SFAT's like, you got another homie? Because he didn't see anyone else. So I'm like, all right, give me 1 second. I went back to the barricade. I'm like, is he still there? Cody's still sitting there by himself. So I call him over, and we get to play more teams. Like, we've never teamed before. Cody never plays teams, but we've just been talking about how fun it would be to like team for fun. And the first time we get to is against except for at Genesis, the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Like, how cool is that to like play warm-ups? And it's like his first real big tournament. He's never really got to socialize with like a lot of the top players and stuff. So I feel like he had a great experience too. He was really happy with it. I love being able to help someone else have a good experience. So I felt happy about that. I had fun playing, and SFAT and PPU are so cool. So I was like, it was such a good time then. And then what they do right after that, 3-0 Mewtwo King Hungry Box. They 3-0'd him. You're welcome, Zach. You're welcome, Kevin. I got you. You should have invited me to Sunday. You should have invited me to Sunday warm-ups. I would have sent Cody that Facebook message like, hey, you want to help PewFat win finals?
There you go.
We would have got you.
We would have got you. All right, so after going through all of my Twitter followers, my top 2
Your top 2
are D1. He has the most followers out of all of my followers, and then Gimmer.
Oh, Gimmer follows you too, huh?
Yeah, me and Gimmer are homies.
I'm pretty sure Gimmer doesn't like me. Gimmer's like Sheridan, he just doesn't like me.
And Fly Amanita follows me.
I think Fly Amanita follows me too.
I don't know why he follows
Master
me,
of
but he's really cool.
Fly Amanita's freaking amazing.
He's cool.
The new generation doesn't know how cool Fly Amanita is. People that played when Fly Amanita played didn't know how cool Fly Amanita was.
He's cool.
He's super cool,
and
man.
Milk Tea. I've got Milk Tea too.
Oh, you got Milk Tea? Hook me up with that Milk Tea.
I got all the homies. Right? That's how I'm like, I'm looking at the people I actually know who have a lot of followers.
Because lots of people with like lots of followers follow randoms to get more followers. Like they're doing the low-key follow for a follow.
Yeah.
That's what Westballs and Mike Hayes did for a while. Like I noticed, I'm like, why'd Westballs follow me? So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll follow him back. And I realized he unfollowed me like after I followed him back. Like, you
that's
douchebag.
so shady.
Yeah, you douchebag.
Whatever, people are weird. Alright, I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go to the bathroom. And did Nando and Ronnie leave?
Fernando's over there.
Oh,
Ronnie's
passed
sleeping.
out in the chair with her sweater over her face. That's amazing.
Just looks like a ghost.
Alright, peace out, dudes.
Alright, thanks for chatting with me, Jade. Next time at Genesis 5. Yeah, I don't really get on with Westballs really well, to be honest. Like, I've always tried to talk to him, and it was never like we never had a great conversation. I don't even think he's a bad guy. It just for whatever reason, I just couldn't get a word in with him that mattered. And then what was it? At Shuffle Up and Deal, I did the interview with him, and he's so hard to talk to. So like I was trying to like make the interview work, and it just like wasn't, because he didn't want to answer my questions. Like, all right, what do you want? What do you want me to do here? Got to talk to Hugs and Axe though, and Hugs I know well enough that it's just like an easy conversation. And then me and Axe have been pretty cool for a while. So doing that interview with Axe was cool. Super homie at yep. Basically a walking circus. That's what it felt like. That's what the interview felt like. It's just like the circus metaphor with Westballs is perfect, because that's just like what it feels like talking to him sometimes. I don't even hate him. I think he's an entertaining player, but yeah, I just like can't really talk to him, so I don't go out of my way to anymore. Super homie at Genesis 4, Taj. Taj, super underappreciated now. He took third at Genesis 2 with a winner's side win against Mango. But Taj, the former Mewtwo, now Marth Mewtwo player, he's really cool. And like I in the past, like I was like, man, I never really get a great conversation with him. I talked to him at Don't Go Down There, Jeff. We got to play friendlies, but it was never like really, talking all that much. But we always got to chat. Just a little chat. And at Genesis, he was really cool, because I ran into him on day one, and I'm like, Taj, what's his real name? Tony. I didn't call him Tony, but so you know, his name is Tony Jackson. His middle name starts with an A. I don't know what it is. Yeah, well, Mango disrespected Taj and Losers like he disrespected Mewtwo King and Losers this Genesis. Mango and Losers is a monstrosity. Nonetheless, anyway, so day one, I go up to Taj, I'm like, what's up, man? How's it going? It's good to see you. The last Genesis I went to, you took third, and it was super sick. And I always love watching you play. Super cool. And we just talked. He's like, man, my bracket's looking hard. He talked to me like a normal guy would talk to a normal guy, and I love that. But yeah, he's like, man, my bracket's looking hard. How's yours looking? And I'm like, well, I'm lined up to play a really good German player. And then I think I didn't even look past my first bracket. Like, I'm never that guy. Lots of people are that guy. JPEG was trying to look at my expected brackets, and like, I don't really care. I'm just gonna play. I'm just gonna try to win. But anyway, Taj was talking to me like, oh, eventually I might have to play Dark Atma, and if I win that, it's gonna look hard there too. Like, but yeah, super cool. Yeah, he is mostly a normal guy. He's also gigantic, super funny. Love Taj. But then like later on Saturday night, after everyone's been eliminated except for the top 8s and teams, I was standing around watching a set, and Taj came up to me. And he's like, hey, how's it going, man? Like, doing good. How'd you do? How'd your pool go? He's talking about how he lost to Dark Atma. He lost to I think it might have been Captain Schmuckers. I don't know. He lost to someone else in Losers, and he talked about going Mewtwo on stream just because he feels like he has a duty to uphold when he's on stream, that he has to play Mewtwo. If he's not on stream, he doesn't care as much. But if he's on stream, then the Mewtwo has to be released. But yeah, he came up to talk to me. He's like, how about you? How'd your bracket go? And he was like, talk to him, and I lost to his friend in Losers. I'm like, lost to your boy Dylan. Taj's like, yeah, man, sometimes he makes me worry too. When I play him, I get nervous sometimes. When he gets the reads, he wins. Yeah, man. But yeah, it was super cool. I love when, regular guys, even if they're, Melee at Omni Top 100, or even if they're like, known players, are still like going out of the way to be cool to people, that care, So I thought that was awesome. I always make fun of SFAT because SFAT's always busy, and he has like a... Oh, dude, I'd love to meet Rain Wilson. Any major character in the office, I would love to meet. And I've heard Rain Wilson's super cool, too. SFAT's always got, like, stuff going on. I saw him on day 0. Actually, yeah, day 0. I saw him on day 0 at hotel check-in. And I always mess with him. I'm like, you don't got any time for fans now that you're sponsored, Mr. CLG? Mr. CLG doesn't have anything to do with his fans. He's busy. And I was his first fan. I was like the first SFAT fanboy. There's a lot of people I'm the first fanboy for. Psycho, SFAT, lots of people. Chard, the Mole. No, actually, there's more the Mole fanboys before I was the Mole fanboy. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I was making fun of him at the hotel. And we have a joke where I'm the president of his fan club because I told him that like before he was really good. Yeah, I don't really know who Andy Grammer is, but I could see that Rainn Wilson would be that religion because I remember you telling me about that religion, and I know he's written books that are about that kind of concept of like global acceptance and stuff. So I could definitely see that. First Pyrrhic fanboy. I've never been a Pyrrhic fanboy, but I was always like a Pyrrhic. Like I was like, this kid's good. First tournament he showed up, I'm like, this kid's good. He's playing Marth and he's pretty good. Oh, keep your head up, keep your heart strong. That one. That's a good song for what it's worth. That's a good song. That's sick. My current Discord name in my my BHC room is Admiral Fanboy SwordSaint, though I'm not the first Admiral Fanboy. She's super cool. I messaged her on Facebook just asking her how she did on Genesis, fully expecting to be ignored because I'm sure she gets bothered by guys all the time. And she actually like had a conversation with me. I'm like, cool, sick. Originally, I got Twitter for League of Legends players and Smash Brothers players and 18 and up actresses. And now there's just less League of Legends players. I have a couple, like, if you guys watch Impractical Jokers, I follow all the Impractical Jokers because they're all hilarious. I love those guys. Yeah, otherwise, I don't follow that many adult actresses. I think it's like 5, maybe 5. But those are still there. Then it's just mostly Smash Brothers players. Then if someone gets like too annoying, then I usually end up ignoring them. I think I ended up ignoring D1, but then like I refollowed him because sometimes D1 goes on these tirades and just I don't feel like seeing it all the time. Made a Twitter to follow SwordSaint. Oh, I was supposed to do that tweet. You reminded me. I was supposed to. Who was it? Wasn't Sesh. Anthony. Who is it? Who's it? Tori, right? Tori Wood, who always tweets at you. I was supposed to make a tweet saying, "Yo, Volbeat said that getting a like from Tori Wood is the sickest thing in the world." I gotta go do that. I'll do that tonight. I don't have Twitter on my phone right now, so when I get home tonight, I'm gonna say, word down the street is from Volbeat that a like from Tori Wood is the best thing in the world. You didn't necessarily say that. You were talking about like how it was cool that you were communicating, and then I suggested that I should tweet that because you're talking about her Twitter, and you told me that I should. So it was like my idea to say that's what you said, basically. You guys want to hear about Mole basically made it to round 2 by basically making a girl cry? Did you guys hear about that? Let me know if you guys know that story or not. Oh, for the record, let the record show that the Mole and BDR, and also that again, another thing JPEG never gives me fucking credit for, just like teams, you know how JPEG never gives me credit for teams. For what it's worth, I fucking busted out in teams. But good luck on your physics test, Pharaoh. But I feel like I'm a pretty strong crew captain. I'm not the best crew captain, but I feel like I make pretty good decisions in crews. And right at the start when we had scheduled this Reno crew battle, which was all me doing all the scheduling, right at the start, I said to both BDR and Cole, because they were both going out to a sandwich place, a hoagie place with us. I pointed at both of them. You two are the secret weapons. They don't know about you, and they're going to learn. I told them that they're the secret weapons. They're the ones that are going to do work in the crew battle. And those are the two that brought it back. Cole came, and he showed up, and he went in and, like, deleted, like, 7 stocks. He had to make up for a lot. Between 3 of our players, we only took 6 stocks to start off, I'm pretty sure. Cody, then Gibbles, then Blaze, they all only took 2 apiece, I'm pretty sure. You know, actually, I put Gibbles in kind of as a, like, okay, put your money where your mouth is, because when Cody was getting rolled by Battery Bird, Gibbles kept talking about how he used to beat Battery Bird all the time on net play. So I'm like, okay, prove it. And then I think he still lost 2 stocks. He didn't do terrible against Battery Bird, but then I don't think he took any stocks against their Falco player. I think you told me that story, Anthony, the oh my god, she liked my tweet thing. But yeah, anyway, so, you know, it was bad. 6 stocks with 3 players, not good. Really, really not good. So I put myself in because it was Falco play and I was feeling pretty confident. And usually I'm a pretty good key in crews. Usually I can make my quota at least. And I felt like I should have been able to do more. The quota's 4. The quota is always 4. If everyone takes 4, you win the crew battle. If people take less, you have to do better. So I thought I would do better. I had an SD at the end of the first game. I was so pissed off. At 0, I had an SD. And then I still took 2 more. So I made my quota, but I needed to take 6 by myself, and that didn't happen. But anyway, ends up working out that I can't even remember who we sent in against the Marth. But when the mole, we were still behind. We were behind a whole guy multiple times during the crew battle. And then, we send the mole in. The mole was feeling it. I think the mole just knew it was time for him to clock in. I think it was against that guy right after I played. And mole went to town. He took like 7 stocks or something like that. I remember Zero for Real was like in the back and he's like, let's go the mole, take 8 stocks. And I looked at Justin very seriously. I'm like, he definitely can. Because the mole, it's like, he's nuts, man. And the mole he went to work. So that was secret weapon number 1. And then originally I was going to send in BDR first before Psycho, but BDR, I guess he was feeling the anchor position, and I'm not going to doubt that, especially because BDR has had the right mindset for Genesis especially, and Psycho has not. So originally Psycho was going to be the anchor, but Psycho also agreed to only play Fox instead of playing Sheik. So Psycho Fox went in and he took, I think he took 4, no, he took 5. So he did more than his quota, but like definitely could have done better. I remember he DI'd a down smash poorly where he got like triple hit and then still DI'd wrong for survival. Like you have so much time and then he still DI'd badly. It was funny because the guy that down smashed him, who's normally a pretty mild mannered guy, his name is Brandon the high schooler. He even popped off. He's like, how to hold down the Vegas Smash strategy guide, and it was like, it's so on point. Like I can't blame him because that was so on point. It's so funny. And then I think right after that, BDR went in and like BDR had to make up, I think 3 Peach stocks, and then Young Dactyl had 4. So BDR had to take 7. So when BDR went in, I told him like, all right, your allowance is 1 stock. You're only allowed to lose 1 against the Peach. He only loses 1 against the Peach. I'm like, all right, now it's time to win. Young Dactyl, not great against space animals. He's the other ESAM Slayer. Actually, I have a really great picture of me, Young Dactyl, and Battery Bird after day 3. Look at these random shenanigans this game. Look at these random shenanigans, man. Oh, that was bonkers. Okay. And then, yeah, BDR anchors, and he just goes to town. I think he may have only lost 1 stock against Dactyl, but it was a very confident win, and I knew as long as BDR didn't do anything really dumb, then he would work Young Dactyl, and that's what happens. So, yeah, Mole and BDR, they were the secret weapons. So I'm proud of them. They did great. They did great. I don't know if I got to avoid ultra drunk whiskey milk. I was never in the room at the same time because it was like Saturday night where he got really plastered apparently. So I didn't see the throwing up in the toilet, you know, yelling and stuff, Whiskey Milk, helping get noise complaints, Whiskey Milk. I didn't get to meet him, which honestly I prefer, but you know, I avoided that. I just saw sleeping like an angel, Whiskey Milk. Even when I went to take my nap, he came in and he was asleep. Sleeps like a little baby, and I got a peaceful nap because it wasn't Whinin that went in and interrupted. Oh man, if Whinin had come in and interrupted my nap that I took because of him, that I missed sleep, I would have killed your friend, Anthony. I would have murdered him. If he came in and took a nap and fell asleep, started snoring while I was taking my nap to make up for it, like, we wouldn't be here because I would be in some jail in California because I would have killed him. But yeah, Saturday night was cool. A lot of the players, None was in the venue. I think Nunn's only 19, so he couldn't drink. I don't know if that was his intention or not, but Nunn was in the venue longer than I was, so he was there past 5:30 a.m. Same thing with Blayagello. I never know how to pronounce his name right. The Luigi player that was teamed with Nunn. Chip from Washington rolled over me. I really need to learn this Marsh stuff because, like, a lot of Marsh that are either equal my skill level or, like, worse than me are making me sweat, and I feel like that shouldn't be the case. Like, I feel like I'm... No offense, Jared, but I feel like I'm at another level than Jared, but our sets are still so close because I don't know how to just beat a Marth player, like, just outright. Whereas, like, when I play Mars at like enough of a lower level than me, then it's great because, like, if I win neutral against Marth every time, oh, it's just gravy. It's a lot of fun. I get to style around on platforms. I don't get super punished every time I get grabbed. Chip was doing like dead-on reaction punishes on me. It was painful. Took Pyrex to game 3. Kind of a big deal. Dude, I think Tori Wood even follows you on Twitter. You're the business. Anthony Vole beats Whiskey Milk Hanzel. Alright, I think we're closing up because it's like past closing and then Mike is like looking at us like, get the fuck out. So the business. That was one of my favorite, like, adjectives, like describing someone that was hot shit. I love the business. That was one of my favorites. I like that the Smash community is, like, basically brought back a lot of old stuff. Like, Sick used to be an old one. It's kind of come back. I still like Hella. I think it's funny. It's not a great term, but I think it's funny. I didn't see Los Maddox leave. That always happens whenever Los Maddox is out of tournament. Whenever he leaves, you never see him leave. It's always like a rarity, like, oh, Carlos is here, and then he disappears. We got Jade Cam. Put your Craigasms up for Jade Cam next time she's in. Check this out. I'm so happy about this. 2-meter cable. I switched my motherboard. Fuck the Smash 4 motherboard. 2-meter cable. So much better. Jade Cam. Jade Cam. She's famous. She's on TV. Alright, we're going to start turning off all of the things. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hope I did an okay job on commentary. I know I played a lot of attention to chat. But I paid attention to the game and tried to comment when it was exciting. But it's been a while since I've got to, like, hang out with chat. Whenever I want to hang out with chat, you guys aren't there. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for watching the tournament. Hope to see you at the next one physically. That would be sweet. Otherwise, everyone have a good night. We'll catch you next time.